Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Cowboys, coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and CD. All eyes on the AFC champs. A lot of folks out there in Ohio have waited a long time for this night. What a story. The Cleveland Browns, their first Super Bowl appearance ever.
It's a franchise and a fan base that's certainly been through a lot. Losing seasons, plenty of drama, a lot of failed expectations. At one point, they were winning plenty of titles in the NFL, but you have to go back to 1964 for their last one. Pre-Super Bowl era, when they beat the Baltimore Colts 27-0.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys have had some ups and downs since their last Super Bowl appearance, but they're back for the 9th time, trying to win number 6 and tie the Patriots and Steelers. For the Cowboys, their last Super Bowl title quite a while ago, January of '96.
And those were great teams. Jimmy Johnson was their head coach, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, all Hall of Famers. They were known as the Triplets. But then you go further back to those great teams in the 70s, led by Hall of Fame coach Tom Landry, Roger Staubach at quarterback, Tony Dorsett at running back. Those were great teams as well. This one, trying to create their own identity.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
2 years ago, we saw Dak Prescott carted off the field with a major injury. And 2 years later, here he is, leading his Cowboys into the Super Bowl. What a rewarding moment for one of the league's most inspirational players.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. On 1st down, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Now it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to the Joker. Bounce just inside the 25-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Prescott on play action. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Prescott. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. He took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Running with Elliott. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, Watson. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Again, it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's caught. Cooper. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. But now Dallas gets set to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down carry by Elliott. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Over the middle. Hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I like that one, Palmer. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So part it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Inside give to Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 53 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back. You've got a symbiotic.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Marquise Goodwin, a 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are able to extend their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On the ball is out. Watson lost it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On second down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I would run it here.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. Amari Cooper with a catch, playing against his former mates with the Cowboys. Amari, you remember, spent 3.5 years in a Dallas uniform, going over 1,000 yards twice as one of Dak Prescott's top receiving threats. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Watson now to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Off of play action, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
First down, Prescott. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now Elliott. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Again, it's Elliott.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Cowboys are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the rout is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
The throw over the middle taken in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. Oh, good move. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal. Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Garabay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board. Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And take it right on the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Out comes CeeDee Lamb with the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Prescott going to keep again. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now. A big part, no doubt, of why they lead in this Super Bowl. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return from his end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They run it again with Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 32 yards. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. A first down throw for Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Prescott. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Watson's throw taken in by Grant.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll go option to the short side. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw, Watson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10.
A give to Elliott.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And now, is it 4th down? No, it's 3rd down. And the field goal unit is out onto the field. And this from the parking lot, from an even 70 yards out.
Garabay's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Browns drive about to get started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing when you start.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And taken at the 46. Shoves him away. So dangerous with the football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And it's caught.
And the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
The give is to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys continue to pull it on here in the 4th.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. On the move past the 40. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Now Watson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Watson. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The York on now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, good return up past the 30, past midfield. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of the special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Carry, good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Prescott now. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading it. There was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
Now Bortles. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
This one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some
touchdown Cowboys. Dalton Schultz from 13 yards out.
And the Cowboys are pouring it on. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Cleveland offense making their way out. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Here's Bortles to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
King going to look to bring it out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Shotgun now for Bortles. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Bortles. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles. That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-kick.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Watson looks to throw again. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is brought in at the 21. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the kings of the NFL. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.